How do you get someone who has never heard from you or your company to give you $32,700 in 4 days and be so happy they even record a testimonial video for you on top of that? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what we did to be able to do that. The first call, the estimate appointment, the contract, and just everything else we did and say to be able to make it happen that fast. Every lead that comes in, regardless of how they found us, they always get automated messages letting them know we got their information and we're there to help. In this case, this lead came in on April 25th. Her name is Vanessa, and she got a text right away. Hi Vanessa, thanks for reaching out. Our team at company name is currently away, but we're gonna follow up as soon as we're back online. I believe this was a Sunday and we don't have anyone on shift on Sunday. That's why she got this text. And she responded to that right away. She just said, no problem. We have 2 golden retrievers in the house. Would that be a problem? She just got another automated text confirming her appointment that she had booked on our website. And this text is very important because it's saying it's confirming the appointment. And it's also like, P.S. here's a link to see more about us while you wait. And then it sends a link that has a link to our website, a link to our portfolio of the projects that we have done that are similar to the project that she wants to do, and also to the place where we have our testimonials, where we have other clients talking about our company and our remodeling service and how much they love them. And so just right there, without even having talked to her, she probably already knows more about our company that she does from a lot of other competitors in the same area that don't have a system like this, right? And to be able to reach out to us, she filled out a form telling us a lot more about her project. It says the city she's in, the type of project she's going for, full kitchen remodel, the reason why she wants to do that, and when she's looking to start. After this happened, especially for leads that already booked an appointment, we always try to give them a call as soon as we can. And this call has 2 objectives. The first one is we want to qualify the lead. We want to see how serious they actually are. We want to see what their timeline for the project is. We want to see if they have a realistic idea of what their project is going to cost. And third, we want to see if we like them as a person. The second thing is just if they are qualified, we confirm their appointment and we start to build the relationship a little bit. Here's what that call sounds like.
Hello?
Hi, Vanessa.
Yes, this is David.
There you go. We're kind of playing phone tag there for a bit.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
There you go. Now, like I said, just needed to give you a super quick 5-minute call, get a bit more info about the project and stuff.
Okay.
So I know you said your kitchen is starting to wear a bit, the doors are broken, you need a better exhaust method, and then you want it to be easy to clean. Kitchen is dark and small. That's what I read here. Did I miss anything?
Yep, that's it in a nutshell, pretty much. It's really dark, and it's a small kitchen, and it's not user-friendly right now. The exhaust is ruining the cupboards that are over the top of it. I don't know why they put the microwave. Yeah, so you can really tell that's
Okay, so
damaged.
the main goal here is to fix that and to make it easy to clean and user-friendly.
Yes, definitely. And lighter, of course, because I want to do other renos as well. Like I want to resurface the flooring. I want to rip my carpets out. You know what I mean? But I think I'm starting with what I need the most done would be the kitchen, and then the bathrooms and all the other stuff can come later.
Okay, I know it depends on the budget for the whole thing, of course, but ideally, when do you want to get started with the kitchen?
Well, whenever you can, I guess.
Okay, and then the reason I ask is because I usually like to give people an idea during these calls of what to expect, price-wise, and then timeline availability and stuff like that. And so I'm wondering, do you already have a budget for this in mind that you want? Because I know you said you want to do other things, but do you already have a set budget for this part of the renos that you want to do?
Well, we had a real estate agent over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest with you, he told us what to do with the kitchen in order to sell it, or what to do with the kitchen if we stay. So that's 2 budgets, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I'm going to stay, I'll obviously put more into it. If I'm going to move, then I'll do minimal. He said for a kitchen, just to he said take the backsplash off and make a lighter backsplash, and then lighten up the counters. He says, and then don't do any more. So he said that should be under $10,000. And then what I was thinking, if we did stay and decide to keep the house, then I would want a little bit more the cupboards changed out. And see, that's where I'm kind of not sure, the way it's shaped like a V shape, like this island thing, and the back part is 6 inches higher. You know that type?
Yeah.
It was this house is going on 13 years old, I think, 12 years old. So they had that island thingy, and then it's elevated by a couple of 6 inches, I think. So he said to take that down just to make it flat, that sort of thing. And like again, and then I'm struggling with the design of it because it's on a V shape. Would I get more room if it was a straight on island? Budget wise, to me, anything that's about, for if we stay about 30,000.
So you guys are leaning more towards the idea of staying.
I'm going to discuss it with my husband because I went for a swim because I'm getting sick of the snow.
Yeah.
I'll lose my mind.
So a couple things here. So by this point, I already found out what her timeline was. I already found out the reason why she wants to do this. She doesn't like it. The kitchen is dark. The kitchen is small. Things are broken. And I already found out she either wants to stay or she wants to leave. Regardless of what she does, she's going to end up doing it anyways. She's looking for someone she can trust enough to be able to do it for her. To me, she sounded like she wanted to stay a little bit more. That's why I just asked her. And she started talking about how she has sex with their husband, how she was going for a swim. I have talked about this in other videos, but what it does when you talk to people over the phone in general is unconsciously you start getting an idea of what it's going to be like to work with that company. Like the more comfortable she feels talking with me about anything, the easier it is for the close to happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be so kind of whatever with you.
That's okay.
I know we have to make a decision. I was hoping that when I see you and you can give me some idea of what if I can live with a nice home, then the environment won't bother me as much as the other way around.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know that doesn't make sense, but
no, I did.
You know.
I understood though. Like, yeah, you want to see if it's actually worth it for you guys to be able to stay here. How realistic it is for you to turn that into a place you actually wake up happy to. You're like, oh.
There you go. You got it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be transparent, $30,000 is very, very realistic for me to be able to do this with the kitchen. Of course, I haven't seen it in place in person yet, but if we're talking, like replacing the doors and then just repainting, and then doing the new hardware and the new exhaust, new counters, and then just backsplash, that would that's enough to transform a whole kitchen. Bring it up to date and make it look great. And most projects that we do like that fall anywhere between like 15 up to like 22, 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
then you can come and do my bathrooms then later.
I mean, I don't want to overpromise anything here, but I'm just saying, like, if it's a small kitchen, like you're saying, 7 to 10 cabinets total, then it sounds doable. But of course, we'll take a look at it in person. I'm gonna send all this info to the owner. He's the one who's gonna be talking to you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
And
now the only thing I have, we had an extension put on our house, three seasons, not a full on extension, but like a sunroom. That's what I'm thinking. And we had 3 different contractors come in, estimating and what they would do and all this. And I don't go by price, I go by feel. Mm-hmm. And this guy said, like, this would be very, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as he completed, which I was pushing him to complete, because he had other jobs, okay, fine, whatever. Mm-hmm. But within a week, he went bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
So then that sunroom that we just spent $40,000 on had no warranty on it. Okay. So that kind of really worries me. I'm not saying anything about your company or anything, but I'm just saying this. I thought I was being very careful by being very scrupulous on 3 different contractors, and then another contractor I had to do my backyard. He ripped me off by $400 for not putting $400 worth of plants in, because he said, well, there's no room. I said, fine, then refund me my $400, and I'm still waiting for it, and that was 2 years ago. So, I'm a little nervous about, hiring contractors now. So I just want to be upfront with you.
So this is an absolute classic, right? Like, I worked with a contractor before and I got burnt. I would say one of the worst things to do here is to start selling yourself and be like, no, we're different. This is not going to happen with us. If you work with us, you'll see. Usually the best thing to do is just empathize, just empathize with her, like, oh shoot, that sucks. Like, I understand why you would be skeptical. That sucks, There's a lot of people who get burned by contractors. The main thing that we care about, even if we end up working together or not, is just for us to be able to go to your house and actually leave you with not only a good experience, but also like give you some value and leave you in a better spot that we found you. Pretty much, yeah, one of the best things you can do is just to be genuine and not try to sell yourself. If you're genuinely confident in your work and what you can deliver, there's no reason to be nervous here or like to try to sell yourself. Just like, oh yeah, that sucks. You know, it happens to a lot of people. I'm gonna try my best to give you the confidence that I can actually help you out, if I can actually help you out, because if not, then I'll just let you know. I'll be transparent, and money is not the only reason why we do this, but also to actually help people.
No, I appreciate being transparent. You know, that's actually not rare at all. Like, we get a lot of people who are just like very wary of hiring contractors. And so the reason we do calls, one of the reasons why we do calls before the appointment is just, you know, for them to be able to listen to our voice before that, you know, they can tell that we have their best intentions in mind before doing anything. We want to be transparent right off the bat as well. We have a bunch of pictures on our Instagram. I don't know if you saw those as well, a bunch of interviews. Because it's definitely, unfortunately, you know, relatively common in this industry for contractors. So I get that. I mean, just to be transparent on our side too, the fact that there's so many contractors out there who aren't really very good at what they do or a little bit unethical, we always try to, like, regardless, we go to your house with the intention of helping you out as much as possible, with the intent of obviously getting the project. Yeah, so gonna go in there with the intention. We're like 35, 40 minutes away, I think. So usually calls like this, we usually take them over the phone. And I just saw your address, but I know that you're a little bit wary of this, so it'd be best for us to kind of see each other in person, for you to get a feel of Sebastian and stuff. So I'm gonna book that in with the intention of actually, you know, helping you out as much as possible, so that you have enough confidence to say, okay, I trust you guys, let's get moving. You know?
Okay. And the other thing is that we have 2 golden retrievers. So whoever comes, would they be all right with 2 dogs?
They'll be all right. No worries.
They don't bite or anything. They just will lick you to death and maybe steal a shoe. But other than that, so don't wear any good shoes.
Yeah, I'll give a call. I'll tell him about kind of your experiences that he knows coming. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually being able to.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling me back.
Thanks, Vanessa. Looking forward.
Okay. Bye, David.
Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, good call. Now, some of you might be like, well, David, I mean, this is easy, you know, to close a lead that's this warm. As soon as I found out she was qualified, I just pretty much gave her a bit more info, told her who was going to be going to the house, just had a little bit of a chat, and then confirmed her appointment. Yeah, to be honest, it's not very rare to get leads like this, because the way we get projects is through running ads on social media. And you can go see other videos if you want to see some of our ads, or you can even click on this video if you want to see the exact ad that this lady came from. But if you've seen those, you know that the ads that we do are very human and very organic and very transparent, kind of like the same vibe of this whole call. That's what we always try to go for. We don't do anything crazy. We don't do any 50% discount or anything. We always just talk about why our company might be different from a lot of other people, and we keep it genuine, right? So we talk about things like communication, how we take it seriously. We talk about things like how fast we're able to do the jobs, the quality that we use, the guarantees that we offer. And I've said this before, right? But if you want people that care about other stuff other than the price, then you gotta talk about things other than the price, right? See a lot of people complaining about that, and then their ads are like $2,000 off your bathroom remodel, or I can do a bathroom remodel for $6K, give us a call. And I'm like, dude, like, price is all you're leading with. How do you expect to get people that are going to care about other stuff, right? If we do mention price, it's just more about positioning the company as someone who is not going to have any unnecessary overhead. And we do this only if it's true, right? But saying stuff like a lot of bigger companies out there have like TV ads, billboards, office staff, and all these things that don't directly contribute to the dream outcome of the client, having a great kitchen, having a great bathroom. Every time they charge their clients, they technically have to charge extra to be able to pay for all that unnecessary stuff. Whereas a more local, more efficient, more smaller team, we're able to bypass those costs, and we just charge what's fair. That's kind of the only approach that I take nowadays when it comes to mentioning price. But even then, I don't lead with it. So if you were wondering how to make good ads, that's the secret. When you talk about all of this stuff that makes you different, it is super hard for people to just grab your quote and then compare it to someone else and just base it off of price. Because they're not just looking at the price, they're looking at, oh shit, like this company is gonna communicate clearly and every single day. They care about leaving my house clean every single day after they're done working. They have a 5-year labor warranty. They have a lot of Google reviews. They bundle all of that together and it's just become kind of like a market of one, because it's very hard to compare your company with at least probably the majority of the other contractors in your area unless they have all this stuff as well. By then, the only things they have to go off of is your personality and who you are as a person and the connection that you're able to have with people. So that's why we get leads like this that are already qualified. So after this call, I confirmed her appointment. And again, we have automated systems reminding her of her appointment. She got an email and she got a text message an hour before just saying, "Hey Vanessa, this is an automated reminder that your kitchen remodel consultation is in 1 hour." She responded to that, super active. A lot of people just ignore these reminders, but even then. This was April 28th. Just to give you the full context, this is what I do for a living. Contractors pay me for giving them appointments with leads like this so that they can just go to the house and get a job. If you want to know more about that, you can just click the first link in the description. It's just a video of myself explaining how it all works, how we get paid on commission, how we only get paid on results and stuff like that. But after I confirmed the appointment, my client went to this house. He took a look at the whole space. He took measurements. He created a 3D rendering of what the space was going to look like because he could tell that she was qualified and that she was ready to go. So he invested a little bit more time on there. I believe he went outside of the house and on the car, he put together the estimate. Either that or he sent it the next morning. I'm not quite sure. Usually the faster we have the estimate ready, the higher the chances of us getting that project. But yeah, I think he did it the next morning. So the appointment was on April 28th. And then on April 29th, he gave me a call. He was like, "Hey, that was a good lead. I think we can help her out." And she just signed the contract for $32,000. And I was like, "No way, that was fast, dude, let's go." And so on April 29th, I just went here to our CRM and I moved her to the one or the closed stage just for better organization. But not just for better organization, but also because we have yet another automation. And what this automation does is, let me show you right now. After I move a lead into the closed stage in the pipeline, it's gonna remove any tags that say not interested, no show, no response. It's just for us to be able to organize it better. And then it's gonna tag the lead as a customer, and then it's gonna wait 15 days and it's gonna send us an email. What does this email say? It just says, "Hey, this is a reminder to ask lead name for either a review or a testimonial video if they're ready." You can have two options here. You can either automatically send an email to the lead or to the client asking them for a review, but we'd rather have the system remind us so that we can manually determine whether we ask for a Google review, whether we ask for a video review, whether the lead is ready for us to ask them for this, because sometimes projects take a little bit longer. And so 14 days went by, everything went great. The kitchen was amazing, she loved it. We asked her for a testimonial and she happily agreed. And I'm actually now editing this testimonial. As you can see here in the screen, it was amazing. She recorded a video of like 10 minutes just talking about how much she loved working with us, how much she loved the kitchen, the whole process, how we were able to help her out. And guess what? Now I'm gonna grab this testimonial, I'm gonna post it on the website. I'm gonna get a bunch of clips for social media that I can also repurpose as ads for what? To be able to get a lot more projects like this. And once you get to this point in which you have the process dialed in, it truly just becomes a numbers game in terms of how many times you're able to do this within a 30-day period without the quality of each project going down. That's it. That's the game we're playing right now. So right now we're focusing on operations, we're focusing on scaling this, launching more ads, getting a lot more projects like this. And yeah, the goal is to get to multi-seven figures, $2, $3, $4 million mark per year. Yeah, I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy being the one in charge of this whole back-end system and then just sending my client over there to sell and see how we can help people. And yeah, it's just great for me to be able to see kind of the joy and the happiness and just the service that my service is able to accomplish as a consequence. Yeah, that being said, I've got two things to say. One, I did say I was going to talk about the contract, but I realized it had a bunch of legal stuff that I don't really want to share, but it is a very basic contract where we just talk about the scope of work, how long it takes for us to do it, how we charge, all of our legal information like our tax regulation number, insurance, our address, all that good stuff. Signatures all the way at the bottom, final amount, different options the client has to choose from. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can add that 3D design we were talking about here in this contract, and you should be good to go. The second thing is, if you're struggling to get work, if you want to get busier, if you want to have as many of these leads like this in your pipeline every week as possible, again, click the first link in the description. It's a video of me explaining how my company can help you with that, how me and my team can do this for you, to actually help you get your company to whatever number you have in mind. So click that link, book an appointment to talk with us, and we can go from there. If you like the video, you can just give it a like. If you have any questions about this process or any other system that we have on how to get clients, you can just leave it in the comments. If you want to see more content like this, all the other jobs we keep closing, just subscribe so YouTube keeps recommending you my videos. Other than that, I enjoyed making this one. It makes me happy. And I hope it was helpful.